Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final video in this series of a school student management system. So in here we want to look at the complete website and what it can and cannot do. So hopefully this will be the last video, but if we find any errors, we will attempt to fix them. So here I'm going to log in as an admin. So this is like a super admin. Okay, and let me add my password, which is password, and let's log in. Okay, so we log in as a super admin, and this is what we have. So here we have a list of schools. We can always create a new school and switch to it. So super admin can create many schools and add admins to those schools. So let's try, for example, here, let's add one and call it new school. Okay, and let's create that. So in here, we don't allow spaces for some reason. So you can change that in your validation system if you want to. So one school name here, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Only letters allowed in school name. Okay, so let's try and change that, because schools do have spaces in them sometimes. So this is schools add. Let's see here, schools right here, and add means the add function. Okay, so this is what we do here, but in here we are doing where is this? Let's see, add. We check if we are super admin, and then we validate and then insert. So this validate part is the one that is responsible, and that is inside a model called school. So this is the validate function in school, and this is the part. So only letters, let's put and spaces allowed. So to allow a space, we just put a space in there, and that's it. Okay, so great. Now this will work. New school, create. Okay, so we have a new school right there, and this is it. We are at a different school right now, but we can switch to that school. So I'm just going to switch to that school, and as you can see here, we are on new school right now. So only the super admin can see this schools panel, for obvious reasons. So here in the school, we can go to members of staff. If I click on staff members, of course there's only one staff member, who is the super admin, but we can add some new members here. So first name, last name, let's give them a rank as well. We need an admin, of course. So here we're just going to say Carol Carol Jones something or something, I don't know. Carol Jones and Carol at yahoo.com. This one is a female admin, and let's add a password. So for easy navigation, every password is password here. Same here, password. Okay, and let's add this user. Clickety-click. So if we do make a mistake here, it's obviously going to show us some errors here. Maybe let me try and let's add some numbers. Did I click the sign up already? Add user. So here tell me only letters allowed in the first name. So fair enough. Let's remove that and let's add this user. Now that we are done. Okay, so there is Carol Jones, and this one is an admin for this place. Cool. We can add teachers as well, lecturers that is. So here we're going to add another name. I'm running out of names to add here. What names do I know? Peter, John, I don't know. We just write man. Man human. Man at Yahoo.com. Okay, so here we're going to, this is a mail and it's probably a lecturer, and let's add a password here, and same thing here. My PC is very slow today for some reason, I don't know. Okay, so we have man human there, that's a lecturer. Very good. And then we can go to students here and we can add students at this place. So even on the other one we could add students, but they'll only appear here. But let's click and add a student. Now this could be the job of a lecturer like this one, man human. So maybe we should log in as man, and yes, that should work. Now if I log out, let me try and log out here and log in as man. Log out. Let's log in as man at yahoo.com. Password. Let's log in. Okay, there we go. So our lecturer now has logged in, and it knows what school they belong to already. So at this point, let's go to, and you can see they don't see the schools, so they can't switch schools because they are from here, and they can go to students and add students, or classes and add classes. So let's start with one class here. Let's add this one. Let's call this one biology class. Something like this, and create. Okay, so biology class. We can edit the biology class, and surprisingly we do not have the right privileges to do so, which is weird. Delete. Okay, so no privileges, right? That's insane. Biology class. So why do we not have the right to do this? So let's go to here and check this out. So in case you need to edit these things, so this is the classes controller edit function. So let's go there. We go to controllers here. Where is this? Controllers and classes. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it is classes. So classes and the edit function. So where is that? Edit. Very good. So if this is that, and okay, redirect classes and auth lecturer, and I own content row. So cool. This looks like it should work, but the fact that it doesn't show is up to this section right here. So auth access lecturer, this dude is a lecturer. So if I go to my profile, we will see that I am a lecturer, so I should have the privilege to do an edit. And so I guess it's the and I own content that is the problem, right? Right. So let's see here. Yeah, so I don't even know what row is. Classes where ID is equal to ID. So this is row class. Edit. Yeah, so that's about right. But let's remove this for a second and see if that's where the problem is. So if I click edit, yes, now it allows me to edit. So that's really where the problem is. So this I own content function isn't recognizing that this user is the one that created that content. So let's see where the problem is by going to the functions, because this is inside the auth class and I own content. So we can go to models, because that's where all the classes are. And here is the auth, and where is I own class? I own content. Where is that? There it is. Okay, so if not session user, of course return false, meaning if somebody is not logged in, they can't have access to anything at all. So deny. But here, if it's set row user ID, which I'm guessing it is, so we can simply do this. and say echo here, just to know that we got to that point right there. So what I'll do is refresh. Oh, wait a second, this one I didn't save, so save that. Okay, so I didn't get to that point, the here point back in Oath. Let me move this over there and let's refresh, and it is there. So it doesn't get to the it doesn't get to this if clause where it actually can do a check because row user ID isn't set. So let's actually check what's inside this row by doing show row like that, and let's refresh. Okay, so row, and the reason is because it returns this is an array within an array, so it's like that. So we have to put contingency plans for when situation is like this, where row is an array within an array. So let's do this instead. I'm going to say if is how do we put this? If this is an array, because it's supposed to be an object, we're expecting an object here, but this is an array. So if is array row, then what we do in this case, we say row is equal to the first item in the row, because we just need one item in order to make our comparisons. So at this point, this should fix the problem. So if we get back here and now I refresh, I do have access to edit my class. So biology class, I can add a 2. Let's save there, and okay, undefined variable row classes 1117. Where is that? Errors 1117. So here it's saying it doesn't know what row is. Yeah, this is true because row is being created here for some reason. So we're supposed to move it up there like so, and this should sort out the problem. So let's save again, and there we go. So it managed to edit that, and we can edit it back and save. Delete should work as well. There we go, and we can delete. Okay, so we have another problem here when we try to delete, which is similar to the other problem. So we go to the delete function right here in classes. So this is how you find where your problem is. Just look for the controller and the function name on the next one like that. So this also, we just have to move that a little bit higher to that point. Simple as that. And let's delete biology class, and it's gone. So add again. Let's add biology class back and create. There we go, biology class. Good. So what we can do with this biology class is click on it, and here we can add students, we can add tests, we can add lecturers to this. So let's see us add a lecturer here. Now we know that a lecturer, let's add ourselves. I'm Mr. Man, so let's search for man. There we go, and let's select. So we have one lecturer there, that's good. Let's go and add students. Unfortunately, we have no students on this platform yet. So let's instead add a student. So I'll call this one student. Banda, this is one of very popular surnames here where I come from. So let's say student at yahoo.com. This one is male, and password is password. There we go, password, and let's add a student. Very good. So we have that one student. Let's add a few more. Let's add female at same surname. They're probably brother and sister. So female at yahoo.com. This one is a female, and let's add a password. Okay, so we give each one of these usernames and passwords so that each one of them can log in and sign up and all that. So we go back to our tests, classes, that is. So as a lecturer, I want to add a student here. Let me search for female. Select. Good, I've added. Let's add another one. What was his name again? If I go to students, this one is a student. Yes, student. Search. There we go, and select that student. Very good. So we have 2 students in this class. So both of these can see themselves in this class. Let's add a test here, shall we? So if I add a test, let's give it a test title. This one is end of 2021 test. Some test description, and create. And now we have a test. So good. Now let's try to edit the test, and we can. Right now the test is disabled because it doesn't have questions yet, so students shouldn't be able to see it just yet. So we can edit and delete it if we wanted to. So from here I can click to view the test, and this is how it is. So I can click on publish right now. Let me click publish, and now it's live, so students can try to add or answer the questions. But if I click unpublish, that removes it. I can go back and view the class back. I can look at the student scores so far. Now, because no student has taken this test and has been marked, this is empty. So let's go back to the test itself, and then we can start adding some questions. So here, let's add a question. Let's say they're objective questions which have a specific answer. So for example, what is I don't know, what questions should be, what is the, I don't really have a question in mind here. Okay, something like, what do we use to light bulbs? What answer do we have here? The answer is electricity. I don't know whether this is really objective. Could be a switch, but electricity in this case. You can also add an image to illustrate the point that you're trying to create across here. So you can browse and add a specific image for that. And let's save the question. So this is the question. Let's add another objective question. Let's say what product is this? Something like this. Let's browse for an image, and this image could be this one. And let's say the answer is, wait, what product is that? I don't know. This looks like Omo. A washing, is it? Yeah, that's Omo right there. Okay, so as you can see, the questions are right here in sequence. We can add a multiple choice question. Which year did I have no idea what to ask here, really. This is insane. All the questions I had in my head had just disappeared. I don't know. Which year did or how long ago was dinosaurs? Something like this. And you can have multiple choice now. So the thing is, once you add one, for some reason it refreshes everything else. I should have fixed that, which I didn't for some reason. And I know why the issue happens. If I type something like this and add another choice, it deletes information from the other one. It's because when you add to this, there's an easy fix to this. Hopefully I'll remember to fix that. Let's say 200 million years ago. 1 million years ago. Maybe 20 trillion years ago. and then you select which one of these is the answer. In this case, we'll pretend that A is the correct answer, and you can add a dinosaur image there and save the question. So at least we have that question, we have this one, we have that one. Very good. The remaining one is a subjective question where you can ask something like describe photosynthesis. This one needs a description, so you can't really put an answer there, and you can add an image as well to go along with this, just to encourage the students to be more visual, and add maybe a leaf or something. I'm not really sure. We can add anything and save the question. So describe photosynthesis, and they can do all that. So good, the teacher's job is done here. So Mr. Man is all good. What we need now is to go back and log in as one of these students and take the test. So I'll try with the female, la femme, log out, female, so female at yahoo.com, password, and enter. So I am a student in this class, and it knows what school I am in, and if I click on classes, it shows me what classes I belong to, and here it tells me that I have a pending test. So if I click, oh, surprise, surprise, look at that, no tests could be found, and yet it knows I have a test here. This is just insane. So this means there's a slight problem here that needs fixing. But let's try if I go to my profile and go to tests. I don't have a test. Here it only shows the tests that I've completed already. So this title might as well change to completed tests. That way it makes more sense. But the fact that it knows I have a test here is good news. It means we just need to fix the problem that is there somewhere. So let's go ahead and launch an investigation into the matter so that we can see how to fix that as well. So if it knows there, then there's something here. So this is the tests controller. So let's try and go to the tests controller. So there we go, tests, there we go, yes. So obviously it's the index because that's the base function. It's the only function in here anyway. So here, if access is equal to admin, this is what we see, but we are not an admin, we're a student in this case, so it's on the else segment. So the problem must be somewhere right here. And let's see if the search actually finds something, because there should be a class, I think the class name has 2021 in it, so let me try and search, and it doesn't find any results there either. So there must be a problem here. So select all from tests. So there must be a problem here where user ID is equal to user ID. Where is this? From table. Okay, so the way things are saved in here, let's look at where the error is by going to class students. So in class students here, there's a female banda right here. So it shows that this one belongs to this particular class, and there's another student that belongs to the same class with the same ID. So this is all correct. So meaning we should return a result here. So which means this inside query here does return something. Oh, actually the reason this is actually correct. So there's no problem here actually. The problem is with the what's this? The notification. It's not supposed to show a test here because the test has to be published because the teacher did not publish it. So I'm glad it actually works. I had a confusion like this last time as well because I forgot that the teacher has to publish the test for it to be seen. But the notification there is misleading. So that's where the problem is really. So we have to find, let me close all the files here just for cleanliness. And let's go to the navigation and see what function is responsible for that notification. So because we know it's in the navigation, so let's go down to where it says tests here and unsubmitted. get unsubmitted tests. Okay, so this is the function that isn't working properly. So what I'll do is get unsubmitted tests. All functions are inside core functions. So let's find the get. Okay, there's the function right there. So in here we forgot to add the disabled part. So submitted is equal to 1. So yes, select class ID from class students where user ID is equal to that. So this is okay because this one gets all the classes that this student belongs to. That's all right. The problem is when getting the tests themselves, and we say and test ID not in this one. So not in here. Okay, so select test ID from answers. So we can just add at the end and just say and disabled is equal to 0. Wait a second. Disabled, yes. Okay, cool. That should solve our problem. So that indicator is gone. Great. Now let's look back in as a teacher, and because we forgot to publish that test, so password here, let's go, and let's go to the tests themselves and click on it, and let's publish the test. Good. Now students can see the test. So back, let's log out and log in as a female@yahoo.com, and password is password, of course. Now we have a notification. Very nice. And it shows me which of the tests is undone by the red color here. So conveniently, I have a take this test button, and it shows me how much of the test I have answered yet. So take test 0% answered. So let's try and answer something. What we use to light bulbs, electricity. And at any point you can click save answers to save. And this test has not yet been submitted. 25% answered. Very good. What product is this? This one is Omo. And select your answer. Let's intentionally, this is not even a 0, is it? Let's intentionally fail this one and save. So it tells me 75% answered. Is it now? Okay, so it means we have another question on page 2, do we? Oh, there we go. So describe photosynthesis. So we can say photosynthesis is how we take photos. Obviously the wrong answer, but let's see. So 100% answered. Very cool. Now I can submit this test finally. The teacher won't see this yet, but I can now submit it. Are you sure? Yes. This test has been submitted, so the notification is gone as well. Very good. So I have submitted a test, and if I go to my profile, click on tests, I do not see anything yet. And the tests here, there's this one, and it shows that it's 100% answered. If I click on take this test, I can only see what's going on because I've already taken it anyway. So that's for female. Let's go out of our way and do that for student@yahoo.com and password there. So same thing, same procedure. This is a new student who will take this test as well. Electricity. This one is more clever than the other one. Omo. Let's select that one. Let's save the answers before we go to the next page. 75% completed. And here we say it's the way plants make food or energy. Save that. Okay, so 100% answered and submit. Yes. So 2 students that have submitted their tests. Now as a teacher, I will come back, Mr. Man @yahoo.com and password, of course. And tests to mark right there. So if I click here, I have 2 tests that require marking, 100% answered, and let me click here, say mark this test. So all the tests that are here need to be marked, so it doesn't need to highlight any of them. All of them that are here need to be marked. The ones I have marked are 0. Now here these need to be marked, so let me go ahead and mark this. Now of course I can go ahead and click correct, wrong, etc. But I can use Automark for the system to help me mark those that already have answers. So let me Automark this, yes. And you see it says 75% marked, which is good. It has done most of the work. I just need to confirm that these are correct. So what do you use? Bulbs, electricity, that's correct. This one is almost correct. This one correct. So let's go to the next page. This one it can't check because this is subjective. So I'll say correct. It is the way plants make food. Yes, save marks. So now here unsubmit test. I can unsubmit this test if I want the student to retake the test again, or if they request to do so, I can unsubmit it. But then I can set it as a marked test, and immediately it shows me the score, which is 100%. There we go. Very cool. And that's that. And it shows me now that I have one more test to mark. This other one has been marked. Very good. So I go back to this one, mark this test. Automark, of course, which shows 75% marked. That's nice. Let me go to the next page. And this one is a wrong answer. Save marks. And let's set this one as marked as well. And this student only got 50%. So if I go to marked, this is what it is. The score is 150%. No more tests to mark. And if I click view this test, I can view this. I can save this as a PDF. So just by clicking save to PDF, save as PDF. Yeah, that's the button. That's the button. Okay, that didn't seem to work. Click. Okay, there we go. I think I dragged instead of clicking. So the fact that it's running there seems so shouldn't this show .pdf at the end or something? That's not right at all. Let's try that again. Okay, that's much better. So PDF, good. So we can save this as a PDF or open it with Firefox. That's entirely up to you what you want to do. Let me try and save it. It will download, and now I can click on it, and there we go. So this is test name, end of test, score, blah blah blah, the questions, a PDF here with the images as well, saved as part of it. Okay, so you can design the PDF. This is terrible PDF design, of course, but you can always redesign it the way you want because the template is in here. Okay, so that's what a teacher can do here. Oh, sorry. Oh, so this whole area saves as PDF, right? So marked, very nice. So this is pretty much what this can do. You can run a school this way. And of course, I understand that this needs more features in order for things to work very well, but this is not the point of the overall tutorial series. This is just to point you in the right direction, to show you how things would work, how you can add new features, how to go about coding certain parts of the website, but you can later add as many functions to the system as you want, because every new function is simply kind of a repeat of what we've already done in here. Because if you notice, a lot of these things are repetitive in this series, so you just need to get the concepts and apply them to new functionality that you want to add. This is how big websites are created, and websites don't always have all the features from day one. They evolve over time, so you can create the basics, get it running, and as students request for more features, teachers will request for more features, then you keep adding those features as you go. That's how things work. And within 5 years time, that will become a very big website with a lot of features that you didn't even think of the very first time you created the thing. So hopefully this has been very helpful to all of you that are learning how to code in PHP. PHP is very powerful, my personal favorite coding language. So I hope I have encouraged you to become a better PHP developer. All right, so I will see you in another series of tutorials.